Hi, and welcome back to Judith Daniel Life Coach podcast, where we give tips, advice, perspective, inspiration, and motivation to start your journey. So, today we are on episode 10, and this is one of my most heartfelt episodes because it's the epitome of why I'm doing what I'm doing. As you know, my company that I run is based around suicide prevention. So, episode 10 is finding your life's purpose. Because when we find out what we want to do, what we are here to do, what we are programmed for, everything starts to make sense. Your journey starts to make sense. Your trials and tribulations start to make sense. The people that you've crossed paths with start to make sense. And this little nugget of information is just that, a nugget, compared to how in depth we get when we're in our Futures Club. So, the Futures Club is my life transformation course wrapped into a year program, 1 day a week for 1 year. And it gives you the power back to have the life you've always wanted. You learn about yourself, you understand who you are, your likes and your dislikes. You really externalize your voice to be louder than anyone else that you come across. Why? Because it's dealing with you. And nobody knows it better. The things that you need, the things that you want, the desires that you have, the stuff you look forward to. Nobody knows it better than you. So you need to amplify your voice to be the loudest voice in any situation pertaining to you. So this is going to be a little mini compared to everything that we do. And if you want to learn more about it, the different subjects that we cover, the things that we go over, who is able to participate, and what you have to do as a prerequisite, go to judithdaniellc.com and you can see the information. So for this purpose, just because I'm giving a broad overview, and when I say broad, I mean we are not getting into details at all. This is a little think tank to get you motivated, to get you ready to ask the questions that are necessary in order to move you forward. So, when you're finding your life's purpose, it isn't just about choosing a career or goal. It's about uncovering the deeper reason why you're here. When you know your purpose, life has more direction. You wake up with intention, move with clarity, and bounce back from setbacks with more strength. So, purpose anchors you. It silences doubt and replaces confusion with confidence. It reminds you that your life has meaning and that you have something unique and valuable to offer the world. Without purpose, we drift. With it, we rise. So start off by exploring what energizes and inspires you. Pay attention to the moments when you feel most alive and when your heart rate gets going, or you're sitting there doing something that you can do every day. Your passion often points you towards your purpose. Then reflect on your pain and the challenges, what you've overcome. It often shapes what you're meant to help others through. Purpose is often born from your personal story, and your testimony is the most powerful piece of information you'll ever have. Then you want to go and identify your core values. What truly matters to you, not to what people say should matter to you, not to what is forced on you that should matter to you, but what do you value? When your life aligns with your values, it naturally aligns with your purpose. And then you go more in depth into discovering your strengths and your natural gifts, your unique talents or clues. What comes easily to you but serves others, right? Because everything that you do is going to be a double-edged sword. It's going to benefit you and someone else when you're moving in your purpose, because you're going to get even the reward of, like for me, is the aha moment that someone else gets. And then the other part of that sword is they're actually getting it. They're actually getting the information. They're actually starting to understand. They actually know what to do with it. It's a very powerful moment. And that is one of my secret rewards that I always look forward to. So Purpose meets at the intersection of skill and service. And there's certain things that we just know how to do. We don't know that we know how or why we know how to do them. We just could pick it up and go and move and run, right? Now, that is a skill. But when it comes to your purpose, is that skill for you to utilize it enough to make you fulfilled? Because some people are great at playing basketball, but in their heart, they really want to be a doctor. Some people can just pick it up. They know how to do it. They can see the angles, everything they know how to move their body to get it to go in just right. But that's not their passion because their heart is not in it. It's just something they do very well. And that gets a little tricky with other people who also see you in that moment knowing how to do something really well. Because in their mind, well, that's it. You found it. But it's just something you happen to know how to do. And then people, well, this is something you're good at. Why wouldn't you want to do it? Why wouldn't you want this to be how you make your money? Or why don't you go for this? Or, but it's still, we have to silence the outside. We take all good advice into consideration and we choose what we keep. And we silence that noise enough to have our own thoughts. So you ask yourself, who do I want to impact? Purpose is rarely self-centered. It expands when you ask how your life can make a difference in others. So going back to that passion of being a doctor, you're willing to go through what it takes to get the knowledge to help someone else. You understand? It's not just because you want to make all this money. No, because you're investing your life in that work. So yes, one of the perks are a financially stable lifestyle. But on the other end of that sword, someone gets to go back to their family. Someone gets to have some type of health issue restored. Someone gets to heal from a broken bone or a wound. You, quote unquote, as the doctor, if that was your scenario and your situation, would be the one to help them. So in your passion, look for that. Yes, we like the perks of those things to not having, lack. But make sure it's something that you're passionate about, because in that area, you're also not going to lack. And you experiment through action, not just thought. So you actually get your hands dirty. You actually go out there and do those things. You actually watch videos. Or you go and you say, hey, can I shadow you? Because, this is something I'm thinking about getting into. I really enjoy what that means, but I want an insider look, and you actually get that experience. You can volunteer, to create. You can teach. You can go out and work on cars with someone if that's your passion of, transportation. If you're a tinker, I think is the word, and you like to do things that are complicated, because I think car work is very complicated. I know how to do a couple of topical things, but everything else is like brain surgery. So, but if that is your thing, if that is your passion, if that is the way you want to spend your life helping other people, do it. You will be rewarded. And then having that peace of mind, satisfaction of your work, all the extra unseen perks that come with it, nothing can describe the feeling when you're actually moving in your passion. And listen to that inner voice. Over the outside pressure, you go within. Don't confuse expectations with purpose. Quiet that noise, tune into your soul's voice. Create a personal mission statement. Write one powerful sentence that captures what you believe you're here to do. This becomes your compass in life's decision. So in my Futures Club program, we do just that with the book written by Napoleon Hill, not Think and Grow Rich, The Master Keys, right? So in that book, it gives the actual outline to do that. And my one-line sentence that is what I'm here to do is simple. My definite major purpose in life is to help others understand their greatness and the power they possess. I keep that posted on my wall, and I enjoy that with my morning rituals, right? because I have a whole system that I do. Why? Because I think I'm important enough to invest in myself and give myself time before I give it to other people. And my own little boost up, right? It feels good to me to make me feel good. And that's how you have to get in your mind, because you're the one who has to live and walk out this life, right? So I teach you how to make that statement. I teach you the things surrounding that, and then give you the 17 laws or principles of success. And we go over that often because I want you to be able to recall it from your mind. Whatever situation you find yourself in, here's the cheat code to help you through it. We'll have a new season starting soon. So go and look on the website, judithdaniellc.com, under the Futures Club and the Life Transformation information on there. So then the next thing you want to do is, revisit that thought after you've made your mission statement and you're like, okay, this is the way I want to go. You revisit it and then you refine it as you grow, because it might change a little bit, right? And you might be like, this is still the premise of what I want to do, but now I want to add this to it, because that's more where I am right now. That's more what I would like to give. Now that I've evolved and grown, this is really what the focus should be for me, right? And then you live it boldly and you share it freely. Once you know your purpose, let it guide your actions and decisions. Purpose fuels confidence when it's lived out loud. So you don't know all these things, you feel this way, you're getting this gumption, you're ready to go out there and act, and then you sit and do nothing. And you keep it in your head. When we are doing the vision board creation class, as I have in my book, the hardest thing is to get that idea, that thought, that vision out of your head and into our real world. Because we can think all day long about, I should, I would like, I want to do this or that. But then we never make it or take action. Learn to write it down. Learn to get it out of your head and into our world by any means necessary. Some people can draw a picture. Some people can see something that's associated with that vision, cut it out of a piece of paper, print it offline, put it on a board, put it up in your house. Some people do journaling where they write it all down. And I think it's Habakkuk 2 where it says write it down and make it clear, right? So we write it down, we get it from inside our head into this world. Even if you have a voice recorder and you're saying, this is my vision that I'm thinking about. This is what I like. This is what and you're recording yourself. So you can go back and listen to it a little bit later. The reason why I put the layered affirmations out there is because I've done that for myself. And it has shown to prove a great benefit in my life. And then I'm manifesting all these things in because I'm playing it in the background. I'm doing it behind the scenes while I'm doing my morning rituals. It's playing. And I go a little bit extreme. I know the ones that I put out there for you guys are just 10 minutes for the free ones, but you can listen to that as much as you want. And those free ones will always be free. And I'm not done putting them out. I have 30, and I don't know where we are right now of how many I have out. But there's more to come until I'm done. And then once you've listened to those, or you're like, ooh, wow, I like the way this kind of, I was doing it, because 30 days is like the minimum, I want to say, because you want to get yourself into a habit of a new lifestyle and a new mindset. And I believe that everything starts from the inside and works its way out. So we want to heal the mind. We want to get the mind in order. We want to have on the forefront of what we do the things that we want to do, and how we want to act, and how we want our thought process to be. You understand? So I always start internally, and then it shows up externally. So when we do those things, and again, I put that out, I only give you guys what I'm doing for myself. And because I saw the great benefit, I have it and I offer it now. And I think it's a 10, a 30, and a 1 hour. I made myself a 1 hour. And I listen to it every night or every morning for that one. And then I have a nighttime ritual that I do. But I listen to it in the mornings. I go over my definite major purpose in life. I go over the LTC decree. That also deals with in our Futures Club. But I do that myself too every day. Not just when we get together, but I live by the things that I'm showing you and the information that I'm giving you. And this is what is becoming of the turning points in my life that made a difference, that invoked a confidence that just won't die easily. It's helped me to deal with the adverse situations that are going to come because life be lifing. And if you know, you know. Everything is not rainbows and sunshine, but there is a way to get through it with peace and a way to take the option of giving up your turn early off the table. It's unnecessary. You were brought here for purpose and for meaning, and you have reason. And you can get through it no matter the ailment that you're dealing with. Your mind is a very powerful place, and if you can find strength there, that will strengthen up every other part of you. And I show you how to start to do that. And the one thing that I will always reiterate is quieting the noise around you. Because you can't think when it's loud. You understand? And you will be and have to be your number one fan. So, I know that was just a touch of the surface, but if you want more details, you can always visit judithdaniellc.com, and I have life coaching opportunities there if you need a one-on-one. We have the Futures Club, we have the layered affirmations, we have the it's a game that I created, and it goes back to try to help heal those childhood wounds, to kind of think and reiterate about the different things that we've been through, put them into perspective, and then decide if we need to keep that or not now and where we are today. All of the instructions are there, but if you do have any questions, please let me know. I'm here for you. This is why I'm here. And everything that I do in all of my business and all of the stuff I created, it's to help you because I think you're important. And the things that I've been in through my life, like I've lived 1,000 lives, it feels like. And it just started getting good, a few years ago. But it's like that was made to help someone else. And I'm okay with that. So, let me know if you have questions. I'm here. You can send a message through the page on the website. And I do give a 90-minute free consultation for the life coaching, just so we can see, would this be a right fit? And I don't want you to have to put money out there for something you really don't think it's a good fit. But I would say that I do have a lot of success with people following through with the program, and even up to, because I always say, hey, about 7 to 10 weeks, right? 7 to 10 sessions, and you should be on your way and have the necessary tools in order to start moving toward that goal that we set in the beginning. Because I don't want to be your forever crutch. I want you to be able to stand on your own feet and do what you're supposed to do. And every time you need to come back and we need to do a refresher, or if you need to come back and we have a new mission, we need to go through a whole new seven sessions or whatever. And 7 is just like my minimum, but it could be the maximum. It's up to you. But I want to let you know that I'm not here to be a crutch. I'm teaching you how to stand on your own 2 feet so you can trust yourself. But again, when you need to come back, we have a new something in mind and we just need to be set on that right track. That is what I'm here for. And those first 7 sessions are pretty hardcore because we're getting to the bottom of the issues. We're understanding what it looks like of the goal that you have in mind and all the little things that it's going to take in between there. So feel free to ask the questions. I'm okay with it. I think you're very important. So, I hope you enjoyed this. And until next time, deuces.